Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Bald Guy Sports Games. Welcome to the Sports Desk. And today we are going to continue with our 1975 Sports Desk. And today we're going to continue with our 1975 tournament replay using fast inning baseball. Yesterday we watched Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians play a thrilling 5-game series with Cleveland coming out on top and advancing to face Philadelphia in the next round. This week we are having the Baltimore Orioles and the Texas Rangers facing off. Baltimore defeated St. Louis in the first round series in the best of three, and the Texas Rangers upset the Boston Red Sox in the first round. Boston was actually 95 and 65 coming into the tournament, and they were upset by the 79 and 83 Texas Rangers. So the way this goes, folks, is the first round was 3-game series. These are now 5-game series. I take the top 3 starters off the cards, and they will be in the rotation, unless Game 4 is a knockout game, and then I'll flip flop the starters. Maybe it just depends on what's going on there. I'll roll all the dice here. I'll roll 4 dice. The black die being the determination die. Um, and we'll go from there. I'll be playing off of these cards, so you'll see me mess with these a little bit, and the teams are right here. I will take some notes right here because I am keeping a little bit of stats on the side. So without further ado, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started. So the way I do this is the team with the best record is the home team for the first games, and that will be Baltimore. So they will be the home field. So it is a pitcher's park. Memorial Stadium is a pitcher's park. Baltimore's scoring is neutral, their power is neutral, and their defense is solid. Where the Texas Rangers scoring is neutral, power is neutral, and their defense is porous. So we'll see if that defense comes into play here for this series. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The Texas Rangers are up to bat. So let's see how this goes. That's a 4-6-6. So right off the bat, the Rangers are going to see if they get a clutch at bat. So let's see who's got that opportunity. That is going to be 55 for the Texas Rangers. And that is going to be Cesar Tovar. He is a B-rated batter. I do not use the other category. I just use the DH then, if it goes that high. But he is it's Mike Hargrove, who's a left fielder. He's a B. He's going up against the pitchers. So Jim Palmer's pitching for the Baltimore Orioles, and Fergie Jenkins is going for Texas. So Jim Palmer's an A+. So we come over to the A+ column, and Mike Hargrove is a B. So Mike will need a 55 for this to be a clutch at bat. And he just misses it, gets a 52, and that means that the fielder's choice grounder ends the inning with no runs on 1 hit for the Texas Rangers. So now we will go to Baltimore. Baltimore gets a 3-6-6. That is a porous fielding team. Folks, we talked about the defense, and it comes into play right away. They are a porous fielding team. So wild throw, the runners will advance. On the error, if there's an error, it is not an error. So we come over here to no runs on 1 hit. So all that loudness for nothing to do. So now Texas will come to bat. They get a 1-3-4. So a 1-3-4 swinging strikeout gets by the catcher, but he throws out the runner to end the inning. No runs on no hits for the end of the second, or for the Texas Rangers. See what Baltimore can do here. I see cards and dice with Donna here. Thanks for showing up there, Don. Appreciate you. We are looking at a 1-2-2. A 1-2-2, and that is fielder's choice. Following the walk ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit for Baltimore. So both teams are scoreless going into the 3rd inning, and Baltimore has 2 hits while Texas has 1. So let's see what Texas can do here at the top of the 3rd. That's a 1-2-3 for Texas. Is the pitcher grade B plus or higher? So we're looking at Jim Palmer. He is an A plus. So strike three, looking to end the inning. No runs on no hits for the Texas Rangers. So now we will see what we can do here for Baltimore. They are a 3-4-6 for Baltimore. He misplays a ball and scrambles to recover. It is an error, folks, and one run will score for the Baltimore Orioles. So one run on two hits, and the error, the porous defense for the Texas Rangers has come into play already twice. The first time did not bother them. The second time did come back to bite them. Helps if you don't throw the dice on the floor. All right. Now we're coming to the top of the fourth inning with Baltimore leading 1-0. The Rangers go 1-3-5, 1-3-5. Second baseman snags a line drive to end the inning, no runs on one hit. So the Rangers have two hits, but no runs to account for, and Baltimore will come to the plate with a one-run lead. That's a 1-4-6. A 1-4-6 is a pitcher grade C or lower. Fergie Jenkins is not a C or lower. So we're going to come over here. First baseman will take the ball to the bag himself for no runs. So at the end of four, folks, we are Baltimore 1, Texas 0 at the end of the fourth inning. Let's see what Texas can do here in the fifth. That's a 1-4-6 for Texas. A 1-4-6. Pitcher grade C or lower? No. First baseman will take the ball and tag himself out for no runs on no hits. And the Texas Rangers are scoreless through 5. Baltimore comes to the plate with a 1-0 lead. That's a 1-4-6. A 1-4-6 as well. Again, the pitcher's not lower than a grade C, so the first baseman will help himself throw over to the pitcher for the out, and that is no runs on no hits. And through 5, the Baltimore Orioles are leading the Texas Rangers 1-0. So let's see if Texas can do anything here. That's a 1-2-6 for the Texas Rangers. That's easy grounder to second base. Will end the inning on no runs and no hits. Baltimore steps up. A 2-3-6. 2-3-6. Let's see what that is. Strong batting team. So is Baltimore a strong batting team? No. Shaky pitching. Fergie Jenkins can be shaky if he's, and the decider dice say he is shaky. So that is a home run for Baltimore. Let's see what that home run looks like. That's a 21 on the home run chart. So that is one run on two hits, and Baltimore takes a 2-0 lead heading into the top of the seventh inning. So we will see how this plays out. And we go to my cat keeps trying to jump up on the table. We'll go to the seventh inning. It's a 1-2-5 for Texas. Pitcher covers the ground ball and gets out of the inning with no runs and no hits. As we go to the bottom of the seventh and the seventh inning stretch. So I want to thank you guys for coming in and watching. If you haven't subscribed, just do that YouTube stuff for me and subscribe. I have a different channel on my War Game channel, but decided to split the two up because I did not want to get the two channels mixed up. So that's why we have such a small sample size so far, but we are doing videos, and I'm going to be doing videos every day if possible. So now that we're done with the seventh inning stretch, let's see what Baltimore can do in the bottom of the seventh, leading 2-0. That's a 1-2-5 for Baltimore. Pitcher covers first on the ground out, and that is no runs on no hits. And Fergie Jenkins leaves the game, giving up 2 runs. And we will bring in the Texas bullpen, which is a C-rated bullpen. A 1-1-5 for Baltimore. 1-1-5, low-scoring team. Baltimore is not a low-scoring team. So hot grounder gets by the diving second baseman, and a run will score, or multiple runs could score. Let's see what that looks like. A 36 on the run chart. So that is 1 run on 1 hit, and Baltimore strikes again Oh, okay. Let's make sure we're doing this right. Yeah, Baltimore strikes again. Sorry, I got myself all mixed up. One run. So they take a 3-0 lead, and Texas will come to bat in the top of the eighth inning. This will be the last inning for Jim Palmer. Unless he continues, I may let him stay in because he is pitching right now a two-hitter. That's a 1-2-3, a 1-2-3 for Texas, and that is pitcher grade B or higher. Yes, they are. That's a strikeout. No runs on no hits, and I think that Palmer's earned himself the time to go to the ninth inning. But first, Baltimore will come to the plate in the eighth inning. That is a 4-5-5. So we have a potential clutch at bat. Let's see who that potential clutch at bat could be for. That's a 13 for Baltimore. So that could be Dave Duncan. He's a B going against a C bullpen. So the bullpen's a C. He needs a 51 here for this to be a clutch at bat. And it's not a clutch at bat. And in fact, it's an easy fly out to end the inning. No runs on one hit. So Texas comes up to bat in the ninth inning. Palmer will stay on the hill as he has allowed 2 hits and no runs heading into the ninth inning. So let's see what Texas can do. Texas gets a 3-4-5, a 3-4-5. That is going to be fielder bobbles the easy grounder. Is there an error? Yes, there is. Some runs will score. 1 run scores, but that is it. And that is the end of the game on the error. Who committed the error for Baltimore? 32. That error was Bobby Gritch commits the error. But the Texas Rangers come up short and they lose 3-1 to Baltimore in game 1 of the tournament. So Baltimore takes a 1-0 lead heading to game 2 in this best of 5 series. Texas with no runs or I'm sorry, 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. And Baltimore had 3 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. So Baltimore in control most of the game as Gaylord Perry looked amazing. As we go to game 2, we have Steve Hargens pitching for Texas. He's a C-graded pitcher. He can go 7 innings without a problem. And he will be facing off against Mike Torres, who's a B-rated pitcher, and he can be tough as well for Baltimore. So let's see what this looks like. Texas comes to the plate. It is a 1-3-3. Pitcher grade F, no. Leadoff walk and stolen base are wasted. No runs and 1 walk for the inning. So Texas does not score in the first inning. Baltimore comes to the plate. That's a 5-5-6. So we have a clutch at bat opportunity for Baltimore. Let's see who that clutch at bat could be. 52 for Baltimore. Don Baylor with the possible clutch hit. He is a B going up against Steve, who's a C. So C versus a B. He needs a 51. So Don Baylor needs a 51 for a clutch at bat. We're going to have to roll that again. It's a 24, so it's not a clutch at bat. And in fact, his fielder choice ground out ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit for Baltimore. Texas comes to the dish, down 1-0, but this game is scored 0-0. It's a 2-2-3 for Texas. A 2-2-3. Outfielder makes a jogging catch, and the inning is over on no runs on 1 hit for the Texas Rangers. We've got Baltimore coming up now. It is a 1-3-4 for Baltimore. A 1-3-4 swinging strikeout, gets by the catcher, but he throws the runner out at first to end the inning. No runs, and we head to the top of the 3rd inning, scoreless 0-0. Texas comes up with a 1-2-6. Easy ground to the second baseman will end the inning on no runs and no hits. And we will go to the bottom of the 3rd. Baltimore, the 2-3-5. He goes down swinging to end the inning. No hits and no runs, and we are scoreless after 3. as the Texas Rangers come up to bat in the top of the fourth inning. That's a 1-1-2, pitcher grade A plus. So we're looking at Mike Torres. He is not a grade A plus. Sharply hit ball down the line. Runs will score. So let's see. Looks like Texas is a neutral scoring team. So let's see what that looks like. That's a 42, and that is 1 run on 2 hits. And Texas gets on the board first this game. In game 2, they're leading 1-0, and Baltimore will come to the plate. So it's Texas 1-0 with 3 hits. Baltimore has 1 hit and no runs as we stand. That's a 2-3-6 for Baltimore, and that is a strong batting team. They are not. Is it a shaky pitcher? Steve, he is not. So that is a fly out to center field. No runs on 1 hit. And Baltimore comes up empty in the bottom of the 4th. As we go to the 5th inning, Texas is leading 1-0. We've got a 4-5-6, so a potential clutch at bat for the Texas Rangers. Let's see who that clutch at bat could be. That's going to be 56, and that is going to be Jeff Burrows. He is a C. He's going up against the B pitcher. So B pitcher, he's a C. He's going to need a 53 for this to be a clutch at bat. It is not a clutch at bat, and it's the batter strikes out swinging to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. And the Rangers finish up after 5. They've got 4 hits and 1 run. And Baltimore comes to the dish in the bottom of the 5th with 2 hits and no runs. The 1-1-4 for Baltimore. 1-1-4. This ball is fair and will fall in for a hit, run scored. So let's see how many runs this will be. That's a 43. That will be 1 run on 2 hits. And Baltimore has tied up the game in the bottom of the 5th, 1-1. The hometown crowd is happy about that one. It is going to the top of the 6th inning, tied at 1-1. Texas has a 1-2-5. Pitcher covers first on the ground out for the first baseman. No runs on no hits. And through 6, the Rangers still have 1 run. And Baltimore has 1 coming to flat in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 1-2-5 for Baltimore. Pitcher covers first base on the ground out, flips over to the first baseman and gets no runs on no hits. And after 6, folks, it is tied 1-1 as the Texas Rangers come up to bat in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 1-1-1. That's a game day drama. So we're going to flip this over and see what's happening. We roll 2 more die. Again, the red and the white die. It will be a 4-5. Right fielder throws out the batter, trying to extend a double into a triple, inning over. No runs on 1 hit. So Texas squanders a big opportunity with some errant base running. So not a good way for Texas to finish up that inning. Let's see what the Baltimore Orioles can do in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 2-5-6 for Baltimore. 2-5-6 as pitcher fields the ball, tosses to first to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. And after 7 innings, folks, it is tied 1-1. Texas has 5 hits and Baltimore has 5 hits. And the score is 1-1 as we head into the top of the 8th. Texas will have to go to the bullpen for the beginning of the 8th inning. And Baltimore will be able to stay with Torres through the 8th. So Texas comes to bat with Torres pitching. It's a 1-2-5. Pitcher covers the ground ball, flips over to the first baseman, and is no runs on 1 hit. And Baltimore will take over in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 2-6-6. Is this a hitter's park? It is not. It's a pitcher's park. So the outfielder makes a catch at the warning track. No runs on no hits. And we head to the top of the 9th inning, folks, tied 1-1. So let's see if Texas can get something going here in the top of the 9th inning. It is a 2-3-4. 2-3-4 is a weak batting team. They are not a weak batting team. Is the pitcher tough? Mike Torres can be tough. He is tough. That is no runs. The ball dies just shy of the warning track, and Texas does not score in the top of the ninth inning. So Baltimore will come to the dish looking to pull off some ninth inning magic and to take a 2-0 series lead if they can. If not, we'll go to extra baseball here today, folks. It's a 1-2-5. Pitcher covers for the ground out, no runs on no hits, and we are going to extra innings, folks. So as we head to the top of the 10th inning, both teams are into the bullpen now. Texas comes up with a 2-2-5. A 2-2-5 is pitcher's ballpark. It is not. They are not a weak hitting team. So the ballpark won't contain this blast. It is a home run. Let's see what that looks like. A 54. That is a 2-run blast for the Texas Rangers. Let's see who got that blast. 13 for Texas. That's a home run by Jim Spencer, the first baseman for Texas. And he gives the Texas Rangers a 3-1 lead heading into the bottom of the ninth. Texas will bring in their closer, Steve Forcott, to finish up the game. He's a grade C pitcher. Let's see what Baltimore can do. It's a 3-4-5. Fielder bobbles the ball and the easy grounder. Is there an error? There's not. And that is the end of the ball game, folks. And the Texas Rangers pull off the win 3-1. Texas gets 6 hits, 1 error, and Baltimore gets 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. And this series is tied after the first 2 games, 1-1, as we head back to Texas for the game number 3. So we will head back to Texas for game number 3. One thing I love about this game is how quick it is and just how easy it is to play a quick series like this. So it's really cool. If you haven't played fascinating baseball, give it a shot. It's really, really kind of cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in Arlington Stadium. It is a neutral ballpark, and it is a beautiful day here in Texas. So we will have some playoff baseball. The series is tied 1-1, and Baltimore will come to the plate. That's a 1-3-3 for Baltimore. 1-3-3, pitcher grade F. So it is not a grade F. So Baltimore is pitching Mike Culler, who's a B plus, and Gaylord Perry's going for the Texas Rangers at home, who's an A plus. So leadoff and stolen base are wasted. No runs on no hits for the Baltimore Orioles to start the game here in Texas. Let's see if the home cooking for Texas helps them out a little bit. That's a 1-5-6. A 1-5-6. That is going to be a routine ground out to the third baseman. Inning over, no runs. And that is the end of the first inning, 0-0. Let's see what Baltimore can do. That's a 1-3-3. A 1-3-3. That is going to be pitcher grade F. No. Leadoff walk and stolen bases are wasted. No runs on 1 hit. The Texas Rangers come to the plate. And here they go. That's going to be a 1-4-6. A 1-4-6. Is the pitcher a grade C or lower? No. Baltimore, he is a B plus. First baseman will take the ball in the air for himself, and that will be no runs on no hits. And we go to the top of the third inning. That's a 1-3-5. Second baseman snags a line drive to end the innings. No runs on 1 hit for the Baltimore Orioles. Texas comes up to the dish. That is a 1-6-6. Is the pitcher grade A or higher? Mr. Kohler is not an A or higher. He's a B plus. That's going to fall in for extra bases. Runs will score. Let's see how many runs will score. That's a 14. 1 run will score on 2 hits. And the Texas Rangers take a 1-0 lead here at home to head into the 4th inning. It is 1-0 Texas. Baltimore's got a 1-1-4 to start. That ball's fair and will fall in for extra bases. Runs will score. Let's see how many runs will score. That is a 12. That will be One run will score on 3 hits, and Baltimore ties it right up right away as they go. It's now 1-1. Baltimore has 5 hits. The Rangers have 2 hits, and the score is tied as we go to the bottom of the 4th. That's a 2-3-3 for the Rangers. A 2-3-3 is going to be pop out to the second baseman, and the inning is over. We head to the 5th inning, top of the 5th, with Baltimore and Texas tied at 1 apiece. That's a 4-5-6. Could be a clutch at bat for the Orioles. Let's see who that could be. That is 55 for the Orioles. That's going to be Ken Singleton. He's a B. Gaylord Perry's an A+, so an A+ and a B. He will need a 55 for this to be a clutch at bat. And it is not a clutch at bat, and the batter strikes out swinging. And there's 1 hit in the inning, but the Baltimore does not score, and it is 1-1 heading into the bottom of the 5th. 2-3-6 for Texas. 2-3-6 is going to be strong batting team. No, they are not. Is it a shaky pitcher? I don't think Gaylord Perry. No, it's not a shaky pitcher. That's a fly out to center field. No runs will score, and we are done with the 5th inning. The game stands 1-1 as we head into the 6th inning. That's a 2-3-4, a 2-3-4 for Baltimore, and that's going to be is a weak batting team. No, it's not. But Baltimore's not a weak batting team. Is it a tough pitcher? Gaylord Perry can be tough. He's not for this at bat. So it could be, it might be, it is a home run for the Baltimore Orioles. Let's see what that looks like. That's a 56. So that is a 3-run inning, a 3-run home run. And let's see who hit that big blast. It's going to be 34 for Baltimore. That's Mark Barlinger hits the 3-run homer. And the Baltimore Orioles are leading 4-1 after that big 3-run blast in the top of the 6th inning. Let's see if Texas can counter. It's a possible clutch at bat, so let's see who that possible clutch at bat could be. That's a 64. That's going to be Jeff Burrows. He's a C. He's going up against a B+. So he will need a 54 for this to be a clutch at bat. It is a 53. It is not a clutch at bat. Batter grounds out to end the inning in the double play. No runs on 1 hit. And Texas cannot counter at the bottom of the 6th inning. So as we go to the 7th inning, folks, Baltimore is leading 4-1 as we go to the top of the 7th. That's a 1-2-3. Pitcher grade B or higher. It is strike 3 looking, no runs on no hits. And now we will see what Texas can do at the bottom of the 7th after this 7th inning stretch. So Baltimore looks like they're in good position to take another one from Texas. Texas won in Baltimore, but it looks like Baltimore is trying to win it right back here in Texas. So the crowds are back. They're Take Me Out to the Ball Game has been sung, and let's see what the Texas Rangers can do in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 4-4-5. Could be a clutch at bat. So let's see who that clutch at bat could be. 62 for Texas is 62 is Jeff Burrows. He's a C. Again, my color's a B+ and a C. He needs a 54, so he's already had 1 chance at a clutch at bat. He does not come through again, and that was pitcher strikes him out looking no runs on 1 hit. And we head to the top of the 8th inning with Baltimore leading 4-1. Let's see what Baltimore can do. Oh, and the Rangers, I'm sorry, the Baltimore is into the bullpen now, but we'll see what Gaylord Perry can do with Baltimore here to start the 8th. It's a 1-1-2. Pitcher grade A+. Gaylord Perry is an A+. Batter strikes out, no runs no hits, and Texas will come to the dish against the Baltimore bullpen, who is a B plus. Pretty good looking bullpen. That is a 2.66. Is this a hitter's park? It is not a hitter's park. The outfield makes a catch at the warning track. No runs on no hits, and we head to the top of the ninth inning with Baltimore leading 4-1. Baltimore steps to the dish. That's a 1-2-3. Is the pitcher grade B plus or higher? The bullpen is a C. So that will go. Fights off the inside pitch and pulls the ball in play. Runs will score for Baltimore. And it's 24. So it looks like I've lost my camera. So let's see what's going on there. Let's see the game camera back on. I don't think we've all locked up, so that's good. So back on. That doesn't work. We will try taking it out of the studio. Let's remove that and let's try to add it back. Sorry, folks, technical difficulties here at the ballpark. And we are back. So we're going to go ahead and put this up here. And we're going to make sure that we can get the webcam up top. And we will go ahead and finish the game now. So 1 run scored because it was a 24. 1 run scored on 2 hits. And Baltimore takes a 5-1 lead heading into the bottom of the ninth. And yes, there was a rain delay here in Texas, but we are back in line. So now this is it for the Texas Rangers. We're at the bottom of the ninth. Baltimore is into the bullpen with a B plus rating. So let's see what Texas can do here. And Texas comes up with a clutch opportunity. So there's a clutch at bat opportunity. Let's see who has that clutch at bat opportunity. 56. So that is going to be Jeff Burrows again. So this is the third time Jeff Burrows could have a clutch hit, a clutch opportunity. The bullpen's a B plus. Jeff Burrow is a C. So we're going to go B plus versus C. He needs a 54 here, folks. So he needs a 54. And he does not get it. 14. And that, folks, is popped out to the infield, caught at third base. No runs on 1 hit. And that is it, folks, as the Baltimore Orioles take game 3, 4-1, and they will head into the game 4 with a 2-1 lead and 1 game away from eliminating the Texas Rangers. So we will have to see how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and flip over my little cheesy score sheet, and we will see how this goes. I guess I could probably, well, we're not going to crop this in because the camera crapped out, but now you get to see way too much of my desk, but I apologize for that. So now we're going to go to game 4. We've got Baltimore playing at Texas. The starting pitcher, game 4, is going to be back to the game 1 starters. Jim Palmer for Baltimore, and he is a A+8 tough. And the Rangers will go with Fergie Jenkins, who is an A7, but he could be shaky, so that may come into play again. So let's see what game 4 has to offer. Texas has to win this game to keep the series going and to force a game 5 in Baltimore. So here we go. It's a 1-3-6 for Baltimore. 1-3-6. That is, shortstop fires over to first to end the game. I mean, to end the inning. No runs on no hits, and Baltimore comes up empty in the first at bat. Texas comes to the plate. It's a 2-3-6 for Texas. A 2-3-6. Are they a strong batting team? They are not. Is it a shaky pitcher? Jim Palmer is not a shaky pitcher. So fly out to center field will end the inning. No runs on 1 hit for the Texas Rangers. So the Rangers get the first hit of game 4, but they do not capitalize. That's a 2-2-3 for Baltimore. A 2-2-3. That is going to be outfielder makes a jogging catch, and the inning is over. No runs on 1 hit to end the second inning. See what Texas can do here. That's a 2-3-4 for Texas, and that is going to be balls caught deep in foul territory for the final out. No runs in the inning, and we head to the third inning, folks, tied 0-0. That's a 1-1-6. A 1-1-6, 4-6-3 double play ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit for Baltimore. So the Texas Rangers get the double play and hold Baltimore to no runs as they come to bat in the bottom of the third. It's a 1-2-2 for the Rangers. Fielder's choice, ball in the walk, ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit. And we head to the fourth inning. Both teams have 2 hits and no runs. So let's see what Baltimore can do here starting the fourth inning. That is a 2-6-6. Is it a hitter's ballpark? No, it's not. The outfielder makes a catch at the warning track. No runs and no hits in the fourth inning. All right, let's see what the Rangers can do. Fans are getting a little restless. That's a 2-3-3 for the Rangers. A 2-3-3. That's going to be a pop out to the second baseman. The inning is over. No runs on no hits. And we head to the top of the fifth inning with the score tied 0-0. That's a 1-4-5. A 1-4-5 for Baltimore. Soft hit over the infield is tracked down by the shortstop. No runs and no hits. And after 5, Baltimore has not scored a run and has 2 hits after 5 innings. Texas comes up with a 1-4-6. A 1-4-6 is pitcher grade C or lower. No, it's not. That is first baseman will take the ball to the bag himself for the final out. No runs on no hits. And we head to the sixth inning, folks, tied at 0-0. Baltimore has 2 hits. Let's see what they can do in the sixth. That's a 1-1-5 for Baltimore. Is it a low-scoring team? They are not a low-scoring team. Punt grounder gets by the diving second baseman. Runs will score. Baltimore is going to get on the board first. Let's roll that again. That's a 23. Baltimore scores 1 run on 1 hit, but they take the big lead, 1-0, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. So Baltimore is looking to finish this series in Texas with back-to-back wins in Texas. So let's see what happens here. The Rangers are 2-5-6. Pitcher fields the ball, tosses over to first to end the inning. No runs on 1 hit. And time is running out for the Texas Rangers, folks. It is 1-0 as we head to the 7th inning. Fergie Jenkins will come out of the game, and the Rangers will go to the bullpen, which is a grade C. That's a 3-6-6 for Baltimore, a 3-6-6. Is Texas a porous fielding team? They are a porous fielding team. It's an error on a 1-3 or 5. It is not an error, so there are no runs scored in that inning, and Texas defense does not hurt them in the top of the 7th inning. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning after the 7th inning stretch, and folks, the fans are getting a little restless here in Texas. They are down 1-0, and they are basically 9 outs away from being eliminated in this tournament. So let's see what they can do here in the bottom of the 7th. That's a 4-4-6. So they have the opportunity for a clutch at bat. Let's see who this clutch at bat is going to be again. 23. We're going to go to the finder 23. Lenny Randall, he's a C, going up against Jim Palmer, who's an A+. He needs a 61, folks, for this to be a clutch at bat. Let's see what he can do. It is a 45. It is not a clutch at bat, and the pitcher strikes him out, looking no runs on 1 hit. And the Cubs cannot, I mean, the Cubs, again, the Rangers cannot capitalize on the clutch at bat or the clutch at bat opportunity. So now we go to the top of the eighth inning, and let's see what Baltimore can do in that. That's a 1-3-3 for Baltimore. A 1-3-3. So is the pitcher grade an F? No, it's not. Leadoff walk and stolen base are wasted. No runs on one hit. And Texas will come to the bottom of the eighth inning, losing 1-0. They really need to make something happen now. Baltimore goes to the pen as Palmer has pitched a good game, and Baltimore goes to the pen with a B+ bullpen. Let's see what the Rangers can do. That's a 1-5-6 for the Rangers. 1-5-6 routine grounder to the third baseman. The inning is over. No runs and no hits. So, folks, we go to the top of the ninth inning. The Baltimore Orioles are leading 1-0, and the Texas faithful are on their feet as they really need a good ninth inning. Let's see what this looks like. It's a 3-5-6 for Baltimore. Is it a fielding team flashy? They are not. Grounder over the bag will score at least one run. Oh my gosh, Baltimore will score. Let's see what the runs. That's a 12. They're going to score one run on one hit. And Baltimore takes a 2-0 lead heading into the bottom of the ninth inning. So, folks, Texas has got their back against the wall. They will be eliminated if they cannot pull this off. Baltimore brings in their closer, Dyer Miller, who's an A+, plus he's tough. So we'll see what this looks like. Texas really needs some help here. That is going to be a 1-2-3 for Texas. And is the pitcher grade B or higher? Yes, he is. Strike three, looking to end the game. No runs, no hits. And folks, Baltimore comes to Texas and takes two and wins the final game of the series 2-0, and will advance to play the winner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Oakland Athletics, which will be the next series. So that is it for the Sweet 16 tournament, single inning baseball. Baltimore defeats Texas 3-1. Comes up big. They're pitching just a little too strong for Texas. And folks, thank you for watching. And until next time, everybody, be safe, be kind. Happy sports gaming, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.